What's up, guys? I was on a walk this morning and I was thinking about how in chess you can basically look at any chess game you've played, and the engine will tell you if you open up the analysis tab the strongest moves in any situation, and also it will evaluate the quality of the moves that you actually made. And it was striking me as how much of a leg up this is over the other, in the sense, competition. But to speak more accurately, how much easier it is to learn chess in this context compared to something like tennis or, say, painting. If you imagine a professional tennis player who could pull up an app that instantly showed him in every single part of his latest tennis match what he did wrong and what the absolute or close to the absolute best thing to do in any moment in his tennis match would have been. That would be like having a free coach who's just like, in some ways, a lot better than any human coach. And basically, a chess engine, if I pull up my game and I review it with an engine, the engine won't just tell me also like objectively strong chess moves divorced from my game. It will look at the specific game I played and tell me what I should have done basically at like a 3000 elo plus level, basically close to perfect what each move would have been in my particular game. So it will give incredibly personalized feedback based upon the exact moves that I played and show me which moves were like terrible, which moves were okay, and the move that I should have played in each moment. Which I think is just a very like, I mean, people are aware of the power of engines, but I don't think we really all the time see how clearly they are almost like a hack in terms of like chess improvement. So one of the videos that I found really helpful was the video my coach made. And the topic of the video was basically how do you have a conversation with a chess engine? And it reminded me of something I believe Hikaru Nakamura said, who's one of the top GMs. And he basically said if engines could communicate with us in words versus in notation, because if you look at how a chess engine is going to give you feedback, it will just give you variations of moves. So we'll say like a4, b5, knight c6, knight d2, etc. But it won't use actual words to say, hey, this was a terrible move because you hung your bishop. But what Nakamura was saying is that like if engines could communicate in words and just didn't just communicate in lines of notation, that chess players would improve a lot faster. And so this kind of relates to the video my coach made, where he's basically saying, how do you have a conversation with an engine? And so he basically shows, like if you don't understand something, you go through the line and you ask it questions, quote unquote, by playing moves and watching how it refutes the move that you played. And so eventually, in many situations, most of the time, it's possible to get like an understanding of what that geometric or sorry algebraic line of notation is. So what was just like a run of chess notation coordinates becomes something that's understood as moving my bishop to this particular square created a vulnerability because it was undefended. And three moves down the line, the other color can refute that vulnerability by playing a knight move. And that is why this bishop move was actually a blunder. So, like, there's this possibility of getting insights like that, but you have to work toward it because the engine doesn't know how to do that yet. Maybe at some point it will. But then when an engine looks at your game and shows you all the things that you could have done better, um, in the particular situation that I went through in my game, looking at my game, not just like any person's game, it's like very empowering because it's like I can see very clearly what that higher level of myself would have done if I had been, say, 200 elos stronger, playing that exact position. The engine's way more than 200 elos stronger than me, but it gives an idea of what the improved Noah would have done in that particular situation. And then I can ask myself questions like, well, why didn't I do that? Or what was my psychology that led to this, you know, h3 move, which just allowed him to sack his bishop and checkmate me? So I guess the overall point of this video is that chess engines are such a, well, not such a, they are almost, I think, almost a unique leg up in terms of growth and improvement in a particular discipline versus in tennis, in art, in hiking. You never have, at your fingertips instantaneously the ability to show the perfect thing to do at every single moment of what you did in terms of your last chess game. So, yeah, I think it's just something that's really powerful about chess, and why it's so possible to improve at chess also is because of chess engines.